Let's get started. Hello and welcome back. We are so excited you are here. And don't forget, you are also a part of this show. Leave a comment and please join the conversation. Today, our special guest is a new member to our community, Agathe Mathieu. So tell us, Agathe, welcome. I'm so excited to learn more about you. Well, let us jump right in. And you have a very fascinating story. So how has showing the love helped you on your entrepreneurial journey?
Showing the love. Oh, sorry, I had an echo. Showing the love has helped me tremendously. Is when, to me, the love I was found in my passion. So it's like my passion is showing me how to love and how to come into my life in creating my life in such a way that the energy is there, the love is there. So the passion about food, the passion about the planet, the passion about seeing that within us we have this inner power, inner healing, that brought so much love. When you have when you're uncertain about things, and when you don't know how to approach, and you can resolve situations you're in, you go into a fear state. And when in my case, being a living cuisine chef, so it's living cuisine that resolve all the health situation in my life. Arthritis was one of them, which is totally gone. So when that I got into connecting with that healer power to heal, then the energy comes. Then when you are facing whatever it is in life, you're facing it with, there is a backup, there is, your body is backing you up, your whole health is sustaining you to be able to achieve what you find, what you challenge you're facing, and all that. And then loving what you do, loving what you encounter, loving the challenge that you face, it puts another totally entire color to your life. It colors
Yes.
your life in such a different way.
Indeed. I love that you talk about how it feeds you back. So, for everyone who doesn't know, she is a living cuisine chef. And so, we're really excited as she's new into our community. But we are joined by some fun friends that have been long-standing members of the community today. So, I want to give a big shout out to the next guest that's going to come up and talk about showing the love in your entrepreneurial journey, because there's Irina Strunina, who has a fascinating story about her business. And I would love for you to talk about how sharing the love helps you on your entrepreneurial journey.
Thank you, Andrea. And it's interesting because I never thought about myself as an expert on this topic, but what I am also learning, that it is what I am doing. It is the love for people. It is for love to help and serve and support that is helping me to move on my entrepreneurial journey. I have this group, a Facebook group of people who just got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And this group is growing tremendously, very fast. And because they receive support, they receive information they're looking for, they are not being judged, but being loved and carried. And that's what is helping me with my group, with people who I'm collaborating with to move this business forward.
That's wonderful. I agree. Your community is very hot, inspired by the collective, like embracing each other, and it's a joy to watch because it's a bewildering thing and time in people's life. So now we're going to ask Miss Denise Belisle. I think I got that right. Belisle. Yes, Denise, did I get that right? And, and I want to know how has, showing the love, you and I have a very similar subset of people that we talk to. So how has showing the love helped you on your entrepreneurial journey? Oh, we can't. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Showing the love is something that's really dear to my heart, because I learned long time ago that, and I teach that to my client, is that it is often better to be kind than to be right. So what does that mean? That means that you don't have to have all the answer. You don't have to be the knowledge of it all. You don't have to be right all the time. And even if you think that you're right, sometimes it's better to be kind, to show more love towards others so that they can be happier. So the fighting doesn't help. So, and for me, bringing more love into my own heart as I move into my journey of Serenity Expert, that helped me just to raise up my serenity. That helped me just to be, as I was just mentioning, be more kind to the people I encounter. And instead of being upset when something negative happened, I see how can I bring more love into that situation, as opposed to being upset or being negative or hitting other people over the head. So that's
I
how I found that bring more love helped me.
That is awesome. It's funny. We don't have our little banners that tell everybody what we do. So I think it's the first time I'm hearing you. There we go. Yay! Hear you call yourself the Serenity Expert, because I was like, you know what? That's exactly how I feel around her. I'm like, she's so serene. So I was like, is that her new, like, oh, that's awesome. So I just learned something new that I had been feeling, but certainly it it's good to see it in print. And I love all of you all talking about our entrepreneurial journeys in a way. The thing I want to add, I think for most of us, all of us on the call, from your comments, has been the work has been an expression of us to show love. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking about each of your bios that I knew a little bit about, or what you did, or how you appear in the community. And I thought, my goodness, well, one, the MinkLife community is filled with people who I think are inspired by a love of doing something, but showing the love internally so that we can express it externally is a universal. And I want to thank you guys for showing up like that, because the world needs more of that now, if
Absolutely
not ever, right? So, all right, we are going to keep this train on the tracks. I love the comments from the peanut gallery out there on the couch. Give us some more things. So we're going to talk about getting motivated. And I'm going to start with Denise now, because I want to talk about why is it important to show the love so you can kind of keep going where you were going from before.
Well, if you look at our society and the way, if you look around, like take a typical American day, they get up, they watch the news. They now they don't they could pick up the paper, or they go on their app and they read, the news all day long and what's happened, and they talk to their friends, and but the majority of what they hear is all negative. It's all, down, 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 down. But if you were to talk more about love, positive mind, the good thing in your life, be more grateful, be more loving, supporting others as opposed to criticizing them. There's a saying, as you know, when you point the finger to someone, there's three of them pointing right back at you. But instead, why don't we just tend the hand to help others, and then all five fingers are going towards the other to help them out, as opposed to judging. Because when we judge other, when we're not loving to others, then it's a reflection of who we are inside too. So that's why I think it's really important to show more love, to be more loving. If you do something that is not that nice, ask yourself, was that loving? And then correct it if you can, apologize, or change your behaviors. That'll make a big difference in your life.
It will, and it will totally reverberate around in the person's, for whomever was having the tense moment with, they're going to immediately takes the air out of the situation. Yeah. So I am going to now ask Irina to say, to answer the same question. Why is it important to show the love, Irina?
The way how I look at it, First of all, everything what Denise just said, I totally agree with that. I mean, I just will continue because she didn't have enough time to elaborate on it longer. So my one more point that I would like to add to it is when we don't come from this position of love, when we are trying to correct right away, criticize, uh, be more objective about something, people who we're speaking to, people who we are working with, people who we are living with, they immediately take kind of like position of guarding themselves, their property, their thoughts, their feelings. They don't open up. They really attacking you back, even though you didn't plan to attack. But if they don't feel loved, this is the other option. They are attacking me, so I have to protect my property. I need to protect my heart, my brain, my whatever I do. And this is the reason why I think showing love is so important. People have to feel loved. They have to see that, they have to hear that, they have to feel it. And we all have different ways to show it, but the actions are speaking louder than words sometimes. So do it, feel it, show it, and the results will come with the response of love as well, I think.
I love that. That was awesome. It was a great continuation to Denise's statement. So, Agathe, you get to bring it home. You and I get to bring it home, and I'm really curious to see how you're going to answer this question, why it's important to show the love.
You know, it's isn't it fascinating that when you're on the street, you don't know people, and you walk by them and you smile, and they smile. But then if you walk by them and you look away, then you feel this kind of down in you, like it downs you. So this simple communication, like physical communication like this, of smiling, of looking at the person, of, I mean, if you're wearing your mask, you smile with your eyes, but the connection. And as Denise and Irina said so well, coming from a place of love. So in your eyes, in your communication, in your body language, you're saying, how can I help you? Hi, how are you today? Again, and I say, if you practice with stranger maybe, and then after that, when it comes to people close to you, it's like an automatic, or the other way around, whichever way you want. But keep practicing it. You see someone that's got parcel here and there and everywhere, they're trying to open their car door, well, go and say, may I help you? And every single time that person says, maybe they say, I'm fine. Like it happened to me yesterday. The lady said, oh no, I'm okay, but thank you, that's so nice of you. We can, just by simple little gesture like that, make their day, bring the sunshine in their day. And again, it's something that you, as Irina and Denise were saying, you cultivate that in you. So the more you cultivate of getting out of your head and being with the people around, you open your receptive, all kind of antenna, to really connect and see what their feelings are like as well. I mean, as I said, you're sending, I love you, I'm here for you, what can I do? When you give, it's that beautiful circle, giving and receiving. So again, you give a smile, you receive a smile. There might be, a 1% that want to keep their black cloud over their head, but generally, really, they give you a smile back. And it's so needed now. It's so needed with all that we're going through. Children are just like, give me, like they want the love. I mean, they're so needed.
You're so right. Love is needed globally. And I love your answer. I loved everybody's answer. And I want to add one thing for people out there. Like, all of this was so important. It's like making sure that your heart is there and really actively exuding love and kindness and all those things. And I want to make it, sometimes it's difficult. And, I got touched on a person who's like, no, the black cloud over their head. It's because they are failing to show the love to themselves.
Yeah.
And I think, to Denise's point about, understanding where they're coming from and meeting that with love can help that person so intrinsically, hopefully, metamorphose, into a more loving person. And, the masks have made it hard for us to see the thing that immediately takes the guard down. And so I'm with you again about smiling with your eyes. I'm like, see, they're really smiling, crinkly, so that people feel warmth some way, somehow, because this beautiful smile of ours has been hidden for so long. So I love all of that, what you guys said, and it's inspiring me, which is now time to talk about staying inspired. Because in this question sort of flows from this. It's like, how does a lack of understanding of showing and receiving love, and that's why I think I pivoted that way, affect the way we move through life and business? And it's so true. And I started that ball with, like, the person has to show the love inside. So I'm going to now toss it back to Irina about how does that lack of understanding, of needing to show and receive love affect the way we move through love and business. You could use yourself, or you could talk about maybe your clients.
This is kind of like hitting pretty close when you're asking this question to me. And Andrea and Monica, you both experienced that, like, firsthand, seeing me going through understanding of this particular issue. Because with the love that I've been ready and sharing around, I somehow did not perform to the part, did not really realize that I deserve the love as well, that something that is given to me, I can just accept and enjoy and thrive on it. And really, this community that I am in is showing this to me day in and day out, every day. And it really helps me to continue moving forward, to continue doing what I'm doing, to share that love with others, and really helping them to learn that this is possible. It's available. It's around them. You need to put down your guards and receive it.
That's beautiful. I am moved, and I have been moved by you in this community. So for sure, it's been beautiful to see that blossoming and awakening of your personal journey in life and in business. And I am not familiar with Denise's journey in terms of how showing and receiving love affect the way you move through life and business. But your business is all about this, so this is going to be good.
Yes, I talk about the relationship in my work and the three level of relationship. And the first level is the I. So how do I have, what kind of relationship do I have with myself? Do I treat myself well? Do I take care of myself? Do I have compassion for myself? And having compassion for oneself is mean that when things are going wrong, it's not to try to say, oh, that's okay, you're all good, but to say, it's difficult right now, and give ourselves a hug and give ourselves love. And that, once you fill up your own cup, and once you have lots of love for yourself, then you can go to the we, which is the people that are very close to you. It could be your partner if you're in a relationship. It could be your children. It could be your very close friend. And then you're able to share, give and receive love from one another because your cup is full. Now you can give without depleting yourself. And then furthermore, the we and the they is all the other people around you. If you're in a business, that could be your clients, that could be the providers in your business, that could be the people you meet at the supermarket. But once you're content with yourself, once you're content and happy and loving with your relationship close to you, that's just going to radiate out to the whole world. So start with yourself. Give yourself all the love that you can. Be supportive towards yourself. Have self-compassion towards yourself. Have empathy towards yourself. And then move out to your family and then the world. And you'll see that it's just going to wave out very easily. But if you don't start with yourself, you're just breaking parts of yourself. And then it's like I'm tending my hand, but then, oops, the arm goes with it, right? And then you break yourself up. You don't want to do that. You want to be whole and then give to others after.
I love that so much. I feel like, well, I don't know what I'm going to say when my turn comes, but again, you've got to follow her. And so that was beautiful. And I expected nothing less from the Serenity expert. Just saying.
There.
So again, how about
Yes,
how does this show up for, in your understanding? How does it inspire you to maybe do what you do in your work?
So yes, so what Denise and Irina said, I mean, is so true that when you yourself are comfortable in your own skin, you love yourself. You're able to look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and say, Agathe, I love you. So when you're able to get there, without breaking in tears or do I really? So for me, what happened, my passion is, well, it's different. It's not what most people might do, being a chef with living food. So I was for the longest time not talking too much about it and dimming my light and not expressing myself too much. Was like, oh, she's weird. So so the love for myself was expressed in, I'm just the light. I don't dim it anymore. And the reality is that there is a
That's awesome.
multitude of people on this planet, and we get along to certain type and not with certain other types, and that's just fine. So I'm not out there to win the love of everybody. I mean, to some it'll be like, she's too much, get her out of my screen. And to some other, it's like, I like to hear more about what she has to say. She perks me up, she uplifts me. I mean, I'm enjoying hearing about her. So allowing myself to shine my light, and that step brought the love to my loving myself totally and entirely. No censoring myself.
That is just, I like, okay, we've got cherry on top now. Okay, I'm going to try to find some whipped cream. All right. So that I'm just the light and I don't dim it. If that is not the takeaway from today, I'm going to put that on a Post-it. That is just, I'm just the light. I will shine. So, okay. That was so inspiring. I'm like verklempt almost. Okay, so I'm kind of keep myself together here because I really, really was moved by that. You guys all talked about it starting first with you, of course, and I love the thought of showing yourself that love first is foundational, just like Denise said, and again, summed it all up. I am just the light. I don't need to dim it. And it's really claiming that personal power and being comfortable in that I think creates the agency for you to be the light for yourself and others.
Mm-hmm.
And so being the light or making sure you shine the light inside so you can move through life and business. You can be the best for your family. You can be the best for yourself. And really in all those things. And so I'm going to take the tip from Agathe and tell everyone, look in the mirror and go, hello, gorgeous. You're going to have a beautiful day today. And you are rocking it, girl. Because sometimes, if you can say that to you, it's so easy to say it to others. So, understanding how to receive the love means starting with you and making sure you can show it out. Yes. All right, ladies, we are just coming around the corner, cooking with gas here. I am going to ask now, so what if you're having trouble? Who should you ask for help when you're trying to improve showing the love? And this is really going to be insightful for everyone listening because you've got to start somewhere. So I would love for each of you to add. I'm going to start with Agathe, because you keep going last, and so you get to start first now. So you tell us. I mean, you already did. I'm just the light. Don't dim it. But what else should you? Who should you ask for help if you're having trouble with that statement, for instance?
It's so important that you choose your peer. You love your family, but choose your peers. So your peers, your people that you can call any time of day or night, and the people that are there to support you, to be with you, to yeah, when the storm hits, and so that's so important. So find peers that lift you up. And we do. I mean, when we are who we are, Irina, Denise, and you, Andrea, when we are people that are mover and shakers, people gather around us, but sometimes they draw us down. So make sure that you select a time for those people. It's like, okay, this is reserved for you. You have my full attention now. But you make sure that you've got those people that it's like, I want more of you in my life. And because we help each other and we move forward that way. And the more we move forward that way, support each other, the more we inspire other people to also move up. So
Indeed.
choose your peers, yeah, and ask your peers. Don't be afraid of asking. Ask.
You gave more than one tip, but they're all really good. And so you're gonna have to think ahead. You're gonna have to give a tip. So I don't know. Maybe you're gonna revisit that, because I know I'm gonna go to Denise.
Yes.
And I'm gonna ask her. So who do you ask for help? I mean, besides people asking you for help, who else should they ask?
I think it's important, following up on what Agathe said, is not be afraid to ask for help. Because sometimes if you have a hard time, as I mentioned earlier, fill up your own cup first. But if you have a hard time doing that, ask for help, get support, get someone to give you a hug, don't be afraid to be vulnerable and say to others, not just to yourself as self-compassion, but ask for people to have more compassion towards you, ask for people to have more love for you. And that could be, your close friends, that could be your family. It's okay to tell your children, how your children cries, they hit their knees and say, Mama, and then you go give them a hug. Show them that it's okay to say, hey, Johnny, like mommy needs a hug right now. Come and give a hug to mommy, because she's hurting, whatever that is, right? And I say that and I'm tearing up almost, because asking others sometimes could feel like, oh, they'll think I'm weak. They'll think I'm not strong enough, but it's just show you humanity, and people want people that are human and people that are vulnerable just like them, and they'll follow you even better.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I knew that'd be juicy. Okay, Irina, it's you and me next. So, Irina, who should you ask for help when you're trying to improve showing love?
This is the further we go in this discussion, the harder to answer these questions. So I wanted not exactly to answer this particular question, but to share an experience I had in a while ago. I've been through many different trainings. I've been through many business and personal trainings, and in one of them, we were given an exercise. Ask 10 people that you know that are not your family members, what quality do they value the most in you? And that
Ooh.
will show you your strength, because sometimes things that we do, we are so used, it's coming out so naturally that we don't even paying attention to it at all. But for somebody who knows you, this may be the very important thing that you're doing so natural, and that's why they gravitate to you. That's why they like to be around you. And when we are trying to, back to this question, if you are trying to improve that quality of yours, it's probably good sometimes to ask this question with others. And I love what Monica is doing with little Monica, asking how can I be a better parent, how I can be a better co-worker, how I can be a better boss, a friend, a child, whatever it is, but ask others where they need help, where they feel lack of love, and see how you can help them.
Mhm.
Ask
Yeah.
others.
I
Yeah.
love that. And I'd like to add a little bit to what you just said about um, who you should ask for help, because if you're struggling, in my opinion, to ask for that help, like maybe it's difficult for you to ask for that hug, or maybe it's difficult for you to look in the mirror and boost your own morale to have the courage to then ask. That is brilliant in terms of saying, what do you value about me? So that you're like, oh, maybe I could go to that person, or maybe in this person I can confide. Because filling the cup up, sometimes you have blinders on and don't realize your cup isn't full enough, right? And you're depleting your cup because it's always outward energy as opposed to inward energy. And I think if it's tricky for you, it might be good to hear, oh, these are the reasons why. And therefore, one, you're made more comfortable because you know someone values you. And you could then say, to your point, Denise, I could use a hug today. I have a very empathetic child. And out of nowhere, there will just come this hug. And I'm like, how did she know? So I guess, she's just naturally, I think, connected to other dimensions. And she just is one of these instinctive people that knows when it's necessary. I'll just say that. Like, will
Mm.
show up and just be like, oh, mom, I love you. And just give me the biggest, tightest hug. And I'm like,
Oh,
we need that somatic release, and it's so wonderful when it comes. And I could be wrapped up in my own work, in all honesty, and forget I need that moment. And yet this
Mhm.
little sprite will come in and fill up my cup in this way. And I'm always shocked, but it's just the time I need it the most. So, I love what everybody said, and just making sure that we can receive it, because I know, all really good at giving it. So, making sure those peers, being able to say I could use a hug, getting the validation to ask for the hug is really important. So you guys, this is a great show. This is just so beautiful. So we are going to close out strong. I think it's been strong all the way through. I've been excited, like just blown away at these comments and this love bunch we've got going on. So you just got to share one tip. I mean, we gave tips before, but now you got to find another tip. So you're going to go first because you always have good tips. She's the tip.
Thank you.
So you're going to start us off with, show us one
Okay.
tip for showing the love.
Yes. I think the best way to showing the love, the one tip I could say is, we hear those voices in the back of our mind that are directing us mostly in the negative way. So learn to quiet down those negative voices. Learn to quiet down that chatter that drag you of not being loving, of being hatred, and like put them to sleep and just move on and bring the love regardless. You're not going to get judged. You're not going to get laughed at. You're not going to get, push away. And if you are pushed away, that's not on you, that's on them. So quiet down those voices that stop you from showing the love, show the love. And if people don't want to accept it, it's not on you, it's on them.
That is, I knew it. I knew you'd be setting the bar super high. So I'm gonna make a, a little sandwich and put Irina next, because we have our French and French-speaking Canadians online. Or both of you speak French. I don't know exactly why or from where, but I believe it's because of Canada. If not,
Yeah.
maybe from France. But I'm going to throw Russia in the middle. So Irina, you're next. Your tip for showing the love.
My suggestion would be always showing love in a way how people want to receive it requires a little bit of listening. And sometimes our love may be deafening, so loud that people don't need that much at the moment. So I always, in many cases, saying that let's give the love, share the love, show the love in the way how people want to be loved.
That was
Ah,
awesome. I know.
beautiful.
Like, woo! Russia came in for the win. Okay.
Hot here.
Okay, it's Agathe. What do you have
Yes.
for
Wrap
us?
it up.
Well, it's hard to top. It's hard to top it up. Yeah, poop, 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 poop. It goes up and up and up. Um, when people feel your authenticity, it allows them to be authentic as well.
Mhm.
Yes.
So showing your weaknesses or your fragility, you might think it is, which actually isn't. It's just that you're human. Show your authenticity. Allow yourself to be authentic,
Hmm.
and that opens the door to others to be authentic. And as Irina said so well, then you meet at the same level. Then you're
Yes.
on the same field, and from there it can only go up and up and up.
I love that. Oh, you guys are going to make me cry. Okay, so I want to add I can't add to anything. You guys have just made it all so wonderful. I was going to say something though, it's sort of a bookend to what Denise said, and that is, we do have that inner voice that sometimes is always super negative, and so I want us to hear it and go, if I'm love and fear are the inverse of each other. So if this is scaring me, what about this do I love about this? I think it's just being
Mhm.
curious about my fear is what, and it's probably in showing yourself or doing something like that. And so the authenticity is so real. It's just to also know that love and fear are exact opposites. So if you can choose fear, you can also choose love.
Yes.
So, but you guys all said that so beautifully, and then it's easy to meet people where they need the love the most. This was just so awesome. So, awesome, ladies of this community. It is now time to tell people how they can connect with you. What do you have going on in your life? What do you want us to know? How do you want us to reach us? We've got help from the the little teleprompter, but I want to hear from you. Like, so Irina, what should people be looking for? How can they connect with you?
It's very easy to connect with me. I have the name of the company is Smart Move 360. So by finding this website, Smart Move 360, you could connect with me. But the announcement that I wanted to make is this, what you could read it here, Global Virtual Health Fair. It's geared up to people who were recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. We all know that this is a pandemic that is happening around us in increasing rate. So we all can either learn on from this or know someone who can learn from this attending this event. So please join us there. It's on 28th of May. It's on Eastern Time, and we will be talking about health and how we can improve it and how we can help those who need help in improving the health. So, and Smart Move 360 to get to in touch with me.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. And those fairs are really useful. I've been honored to be part of those, and they've been great. And so next up is Miss Denise Belisle. How can we find you? What's going on in your world? What would you like us to know?
Well, for myself, I just talked about it in my last tip about those voices that we hear in our mind, and we all have them. So don't fool yourself. Say, I don't have any voices. So we all have them.
So
And
true.
sometimes they're manipulating us in a way that they make us feel that it's for our better good. But in the end, it's just manipulation. So if you want to learn who are those saboteurs and those voices, I invite you to do Discover Your Saboteurs assessment. And then I'm happy to have a session with you to talk about your saboteurs and show you how you can start quieting them down. And the way to reach me, well, it's my name, denisebelil.com. And my email is denise@denisebelil.com. So just reach out to me if you want to have a chat. My calendar is open, and I would love to have further discussion with you on how you can discover your own love.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love that. That assessment sounds really good. Okay, and then last but not least, Agathe, please tell us how people can reach you and how you have any specials that you might have going on right now.
Yes. So people can reach me at Healing Vegan Cuisine. You see, my website is right there at the bottom. That's awesome. And that's where you learn to transform your daily meals in daily doses of vitality. You do daily meals every day. So why not do them so that it gives you that vitality and that healing power and awakes the inner healing power we have within? On my page, the welcome page, the home page, you have an ebook. And in that book, you have all the various elements that explains about the microbiome, that is your doctor on site 24/7, doing the perfect combination of what's needed to keep your body healthy, and all the information and recipes. You got recipes there. And also you see on my page, you can do a discovery call. So you can just, send me an email, and then there's a message box as well. Send me an email, and then we'll set up a time that we can chat and see how you can incorporate more of vitality in your life.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. I have one announcement. I'm working on a new 5-Day Thrive challenge, and it is going to be, you can get all the information you need about it at this website, www.welldesign.com. And I doing them periodically. It's coming up in July. So if you want to stop surviving and get thriving, I encourage you to join me in that. And then I think in terms of the MinkLife community and the things that are happening here, if I'm not mistaken, we are coming into our global virtual conference season, and they are all over. We need guests, we need speakers, and we are doing them, I believe, are we doing them in the UK right now? I can't, we do so many. So pardon me if I'm not really 100%. But if you go to nextglobalvirtualconference.com, you will see the country and the times that we're going to be broadcasting. And if you are looking to get your message out there and join this wonderful global community, I encourage you highly to sign up to become a speaker and get to know us. And of course, join us in the Mingle community, where all of these fun ladies hang out and, start their stuff and show up as wonderful baddies in the world. So, and also be a guest. You can, of course, be on the couch, but we would love to maybe feature you as someone new to our community too, like we do again. So welcome, everyone. You're welcome. We want to embrace you, hold you, and just celebrate living life with you all. Yes, that's right. And tomorrow we have the next part of, I guess. Oh, were you and Monica those little? I have to guess. Those are great.
Yeah.
But join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. We have the second day of MinkLife Motivation Live, and it's all about success takes a village. We alluded to the self today. Tomorrow, it's all about you showing up in your community, in your tribes. Who's your village? We hinted on it, and that'll be led with Monica herself and some beautiful guests that are sitting there on the screen. It's a little small, I can't see, but okay, because I don't know what glasses are. Anywho, we want you there too. Be on the couch, join us live. We are going to have plenty of juicy things about showing up successfully in your tribe or in your village. So with that, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you, ladies, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. And I will see you guys around the neighborhood on some other chapter of MinkLife Motivation Live. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.